learned.
Hey, down in the chat, who do you think's the better show? Me or this guy right here? Seriously, put it in the chat below.
Hey, I'm here with Mr. Grant Cardone, and we're gonna do a little interview here. And I want
to
to
told me you guys are very savvy and sophisticated. Stay away from the mindset stuff. I'm like, bro, did you say that shit?
I did say that.
I said, bro, I don't care about mindset. To me, when I walk into a bank, okay, we just bought a deal. It was I bought it from an institution. They were in at 74. I paid 56.
Okay.
That you don't get that with mindset. You don't go to Goldman or JP Morgan and say, hey, I got the right mindset, man. Can I steal 20 million from you?
So the first question I want to ask you is, you are, in essence, you do what a lot of us do. Yeah. You sell online courses, you sell events, you sell masterminds, you sell a lot of stuff that we all sell, yet even in the upper echelon of the internet marketing and online marketing community, we tap out at anywhere from 1 to 3 million a month, the upper echelon. Most people are at 50 to 100 that are
a month or
a month. Doing good.
Okay.
The vast majority are at under 10,000 a month.
Yeah.
But even the upper echelon, the people that were in that room, 1 million, 1.5, absolute top 0.001% is 2 to 3 million a month. You are at like, just for education, like what, 20 million a month or something like that?
No, we won't do 20 million. We do about 500 to 600 grand a day though.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like
every day of the year,
but
including Christmas.
There's got to be a fundamental.
And Shalom Day too. We do 500-600 grand. We might go to $1 million on Shalom Day.
Do you think?
Is there a Shalom Day? Halloween, Easter, bro. They all. Let me tell you there's a tactic here. Okay, I'm being.
That's tactics.
There's a tactic. Like we beat those days up. Like I remember Santa Claus beat me every year. And I'm like, I can't keep getting beat by Santa Claus. Now the idea was, okay, ad dollars go up because I'm competing with Macy's and bro, none of the other players are playing there.
Okay.
Like Macy's is not going to beat me. They have garbage. Coca-Cola will never beat me again. Like there's spaces and places where you can play. I'll give you a little trick, okay? They say tricks are for kids, but sometimes they just for fucking rich people. A buddy of mine came to me. He works here in the company, Alan. Alan comes to me and says, man, I got this really dark idea. I said, okay. It's not racist, right? He's like, no, it's not racist. I said, good. Well, then if it's not racist, I'm good. And he's like, look, man, the idea is this. He's like, the idea is, you know, the number one most hit websites in the world? I said, yeah, let's do it.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
I said, let's do it. He's like, what? Let's do it. What do you mean, let's do it? Let's do it. Let's advertise on porn sites. Because there's all this traffic going there. Okay. It's cheap, by the way. So we have this millionaire booklet. I said, look, it was literally on an afternoon, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The guy came to me and says, hey man, you know, I said, let's do it. Because the traffic. Now, nobody will admit they go to porn sites, right? I know you won't.
Yeah, never. Yeah.
Right. But we have seen you see our ads there. Okay.
Hey man, I'm doing competitive research.
Okay. Exactly. I got it. So what we did was we dropped the millionaire booklet. So people went there and all of a sudden it pop up. Hey, just remember, man, can't get the money if you don't get the honey. Can't get the honey if you don't have the money. When you're done with this, whatever you're doing here, go hit themillionairebooklet.com. Dude, we had thousands of books go out with that. Now, the point of that story is, like, you have to make a decision. This is a bit of the mindset. Like, hey, I want to go get more traffic. Where is it? Okay, not where it's not, or why I can't pay for it, or these metrics that everybody uses. These metrics that you guys use. Like these guys that do 2 and 3 million.
Yeah, the
eight figure bunnies. I don't even know what that means. I make $99 million. That ain't 8 figures. Okay, that's almost 100. So that's what you would say if you make $99 million a year. You wouldn't call it 8 figures. But the point of that story is, those guys, the way we went from making $3 million a year to, $3 million a week was we started looking for, where is their traffic? How can we penetrate that? Not what it would cost us.
So you didn't worry about, most people in our industry, they worry about what other people are doing.
I got people on my team that report to me that worry about it. But I don't worry about it.
We worry about copying and modeling other people. You worry about piercing and being the first and doing what everybody else isn't doing.
Like copywriting, okay?
I know how you feel about copywriting.
I mean, good, man. Prove to me that your copywriting will beat my frequency. but it's not.
But you make a point because, so I started getting your emails.
Most people can't even read, bro.
Most of your emails, like, it's just like a quote from like Zig Ziglar, and then you're like, buy my shit. Like, it was literally just that.
It's not that brutal.
But it really was direct. It was not this long, 700 word email.
Because I have a percentage of my audience. Okay, I did a deal with Lewis House. You know Lewis.
Yeah.
So Lewis told me how to do webinars. I did my first webinar with Lewis, and he told me all the things not to do. As soon as I got done with that webinar, me and him did something. We're friends. We're still today. And I did that webinar with him on a Tuesday, and I called Jared up and said, hey, let's do another webinar Friday night. 3 days later. He's like, why you want to do it? We don't have enough time to market. Lewis just told you need this much time to market. He told you not to do it on a Friday. He said don't do it at night. Okay. And he said don't make the offer early. I guess you're going to make the offer early too. I said, oh yeah, fuck yeah, we are. And we did, bro. And we exploded. Okay. Why? Why would I make an offer early in the deal?
Well, you told us earlier in the mastermind. You said,
yeah, but your audience didn't get to hear.
So
does it make sense to you?
It makes amazing sense, and I've actually started doing it.
Well, let me tell you what it makes more than sense. It makes money.
It does.
Every time somebody says, does that make sense? I'm like, yeah, but does it make money? Because that's all I want to do. I don't want to make sense. I want to make money. And Elon said something recently. Most engineers are trying to optimize what they have. Have you heard this quote by Elon?
Yes.
When they should be getting rid of this thing, not trying to make this thing better. Elimination sometimes is the better idea, to get rid of something.
It seems like you're eliminating the weight, because I remember hearing you saying, you said the people that have the most money to buy your stuff have the least amount of time
to watch my stuff.
To sit around and wait for you to pitch them. So just pitch them in the beginning, give them the value, and pitch them again.
And dude, like the people that you're waiting 2 hours to pitch, to explain everything to them, dude, they're the worst customers you can actually acquire. Okay, you're never going to keep my attention that long. So like I bought, and I'm bragging right now, okay, almost $5 billion worth of real estate in my career. I buy real estate. I bought this deal recently faster than most people can buy a webinar offer.
Yeah, you know what I really think it boils down to? You're unreasonable.
100%.
Yeah,
it's a great word.
And that's the thing.
Unreasonable, not the definition where I'm stupid.
Right, but I'm not making sense. You set a target that is so far above what normal people, friends, family, even employees think is possible. But here's,
well, I know they're wrong.
Right, but 2 people
I don't know that I'm right.
That.
Just so you know, like some of my unreasonable is not because I know I'm right or I can do it. It's because I know for sure they're wrong because of the way they live life.
Right. Well, two people that were completely unreasonable who did amazing things were Elon Musk and Steve Jobs. They were totally 100%. Unreasonable. Totally. I mean,
Elon really believes he's going to go to Mars.
I think he will. Do you think he will?
I know. As long as he's unreasonable, he will. Yeah. And as long as he doesn't quit. The moment he becomes reasonable and starts making sense of money and budgets and bullshit, you can't do anything. This is what's wrong with the American middle class. This goes back to this thing I just told you. I said, I don't know that I'm right for sure, but I know they're wrong. And I know they're wrong by the way they live. I know they're wrong by the way they live. Like if you just look at the middle class in America, it's a broken class of people. It is not the admired group of people that it was back in the 60s and 70s, where families, immigrants were coming into something that they never dreamed was possible. It was that then. It is not that now. Today, it's a trap for people. The $3 million a year job. All your buddies that do $3 million a year, they think they're the shit. They're the shit until they get on my plane. And then they're like, hey, what's it cost to run this plane a year? What you make?
Yeah.
Before taxes. Okay, which you're making $1.5 million. It's earned income. You're making $1.5 million, $1.6 million. You moved to Puerto Rico, so it would be closer to $3 million. Whatever, they're doing all this stuff to do this, right? But you still don't have any real money, right? Compared to everybody in your family, you're rich. But compared to wealth, and real moves and Google or Coca-Cola's budget, you don't exist in the universe.
And many times in my career, I have been at moments extremely unreasonable with my staff, and that was when I made the most money. And it's tempting to listen to some of the social narrative that is wrong, or that is, you're a bad person, you're a bad boss if you do it. And then I listen to it and I think, well, maybe I'm a bad person by asking so much of my employees. And then I ease up, and then what happens? Revenue goes down, and the ability to pay and give bonuses go down. And then it's like, wait a minute, you know,
and they're bailing now.
Yeah, it's like
when the money's gone, the pigeons stay flight, right?
Exactly, and so it's like you can. I think if your employees are making a lot of money, if your people are making money, if your clients are making a lot of money, you know, they'll stick with you at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, that's what puts food on the table for their family, no matter how unreasonable you are. You know?
Yeah, look at Elon. What does he do? He's a purger.
Yeah, he came in and fired half of Twitter.
It's not a new thing. He's done that at every place he's ever been. He walks in, he purges.
And you think that? Why do you think that is?
Because you have to get rid of bad people to get good people. Like, you can't get good people, do not go to an environment where there's bad people.
Do you think he owes them anything for all the work they've done that whole time?
No, he doesn't owe them anything. People are going to line up around the block to work with this guy. Yeah. The best engineers in the world will be like, whatever, bro. I'll do 19-hour days with you. I want to work with you. I want to be with you. I want to spend time. This is a lifetime opportunity. This is a once in a generation opportunity to be around a cat like that.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Like, what would you do to spend 5 days with him? What would I do to spend 5 days with anybody that hit it? Not 5 minutes, not coffee, not a photograph, man. Like this thing we're doing in January, it's 5 days for me to unlock. That's the benefit. It's not the strategy, man. It's how I spent 5 days with I actually spent 3 months, started as 5 days, with a guy that just sold his company for $4 billion. The 90 days that I ended up spending with this guy was like life-changing. It got into my DNA. I had breakfast with him. I had lunch with him. I had dinner with him. I saw how he moved from one call to the next call, from one meeting to this, how he woke up in the morning. Like I didn't ask him any questions, but I was able to spend enough time. Like if me and you spent 5 days together, you think something would happen?
Yeah, I'd probably go back to my staff and be like, come on, motherfuckers.
To both of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something would happen, you know? So the unreasonable thing, the way to get great people is to get rid of bad people. Yeah. And there's enough people, you can get great people. There's going to be, in this recession that we're going to go into, there's going to be more great people for hire than you've ever seen in the last decade.
And that's where I want to pivot the conversation to, because going into this, because it's going to happen, you know, the signs are there. And going into this, I heard you say that most companies, most people are they're going to back up. Yeah. They're going to retract. They're going to back off because of the fear. You know, things cost money. Software costs money. Things cost money. So they're going to back off. Yeah. And do you think that opens up an opportunity if you just plant your feet and stay put? It widens it and opens up and move forward.
Yeah, this goes back to what I said a few minutes ago about the managers of departments around me are going to measure metrics, but I'm probably not going to measure them. So companies, when a contraction happens, companies start looking at their expenses, right? So this has already started. Like you're just not being told this. You'll be told in January or February that it already happened. You've basically been lied to since January of this year. We're already in a recession. The first thing that drops is advertising dollars. That's off by 50% since June of this year. Across the board, not just Twitter. It's across the board. Advertisers, when GM said, oh, we're dropping off of Twitter until Elon fixes this or that, they dropped off of NBC, they dropped off of Netflix, they dropped off of everybody. All their ads dollars are going to get cut. First thing that happens in every recession for the last 100 years. Second thing that happens is employee count. Okay, Facebook let 11,000 people go. Amazon's let 11,000, 12,000 people go. This is just the first tranche. The mortgage industry's probably lost 1 million jobs this year.
But they only blamed Elon for
of
Twitter.
Course, they didn't talk about Elon's the red herring. It's the way they covered that we're going to have an unemployment problem. They're trying to keep the people civil. Like they don't want the people to burn down the White House.
Got to give them the boogeyman.
Totally, man. So let's go find a bad guy. Yeah. It could be Kanye. It could be Kyrie. It could be COVID. It could be inflation. There's always going to be some red herring, right? It's the David Copperfield. Look at this beautiful girl over here while he fixes his trick. And that's what's going on. This is a for your savvy audience. It's a reset, man. They're resetting. This is redistribution of wealth. It happens every 10 to 12 years. The last time was 2008, 9, and 10. These are massive opportunities to create wealth because most people cut. They cut everything, okay? They literally want to cut their budgets. They want to cut expenditures. They want to cut employees. They want to cut. Everything goes away. So guess what? There's a handful of freaking courageous people. I say this all the time. This is for your savvy audience. It does not take money to make money. It takes courage to make money.
Now you've had record sales during 3 recessions, right?
Dude, like you wouldn't know me if it wasn't for 2008. Yeah. So 2008, I had $3 million. 12 years later, I have $380 million in a cash account this morning.
That's
$4.5 billion worth of real estate, and we do $150 million of sales on the internet every year. Every day we do 400,000 or 500,000 a day on funnels that didn't exist 10 years ago. I didn't have a social following 10 years ago. I'm 64 years old. I shouldn't even be a social marketing influencer.
Now, so, if someone could learn.
Yeah.
Because look, you literally, like I said.
I like this dude, man. This guy, we got to do more stuff together, player. The glasses, the leather jacket.
It's all about the glasses.
It's all together, man.
So if you could teach somebody.
This guy.
If you could teach somebody what you've learned, not just what you know, but what you've learned.
Hey, down in the chat, who do you think's the better bullshitter? Me or this guy right here? Seriously, put it in the chat below. For the savvy audience, savvy bullshit indicator. Okay, I want to know who you guys, if you got a meter that indicates how much bullshit a guy's got, is it me or is it him?
Definitely put that in the chat. I'd like to see that poll. Yeah. So, but seriously, you're doing an event in January. And you're going to break down for people what you know and what you learned from, because I imagine you didn't always know how to do that. You learned it from experience.
1,000.
You're going to break down what you learned about hitting record sales during a recession, because my audience, at least they're looking at this and they want to make money. They want to make money during a recession. Yeah. They don't want to just survive.
Your $25,000 mastermind, your audience, your employees, the people closest to you are going to tell you it's too much. Nobody has any money. People are taking longer to make decisions. The economy's terrible. And what you're going to do is you're going to want to cut your price, and you're going to actually sell fewer masterminds.
Yep.
So all the empire is always torn down from the inside. It is never, ever from outside competition. Nobody from the outside ever hurts me. It's always from the inside. It's the thinking on the inside of the group. So you got to get a really strong culture wrapped around that says, hey, look, we have one leader here. We have one wrong way to do things. One wrong way.
How do you tell someone in your company, an employee, especially like a longtime employee, what do you tell them when they come to you and they say, man, we got to lower the price. We got to do this. We got to scale back. How do you handle that as a leader?
No, well, let me lower how about we start with your salary then?
My salary?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to lower prices out there? How about we lower your salary? How you feel about that?
Oh, that I would.
Well, you give me the same amount of work.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that very much.
No, you wouldn't like that. So why would I go to an audience when the truth is price is made up? It is completely fabricated, okay? All values are fabricated. Now, this is a bit woo-woo for a sophisticated person.
Audience.
You savvy guys, what happens is
I never should have said that.
You're savvy, but you're trapped by your savviness because you want some mechanical, you want some algebraic formula to solve all your problems. The truth is fucking money is made up. Money's made up. Symbols are made up. The alphabet is made up. Numerical systems made up. It all has contrived values. So for you to tell me some 25 grand is too much money, what you ought to do is you ought to raise your price right now, not lower it. Make it even more exclusive because it's made up. So when he tells me my price is too high, I'm like, you're right, it is too high, bro. I'm the one that made up the price. I only want people that could pay too much. So you got to know how to use it, how to springboard your pricing, okay? And the people that are going to tell you 25 grand or 50 grand or 100 grand, whatever the number is, 25 million, I'm going to raise more money in this cycle than I've raised in the last 30 years, in the next 18 months. Because I got to know how to craft my story. This is where the communication part comes in. This is where it's a little bit of the mindset, then it's the decision making, then it's the marketing, and now it's the communication piece. Like, how am I going to communicate to my employees? The guy's never bought anything for 25 grand. How can he sell something for 25 grand? So he might have the wrong employees pitching a deal.
Yeah. How did you become like this? Like you didn't pop out of the womb and was like, hey, with a cigar in your mouth.
Because I suffer, bro. Because I suffered. I got tired of suffering. I got tired of getting my ass whooped by Santa Claus.
Well, was there a moment? There's
a lot of moments. Suffering doesn't come in a moment.
Yeah.
You know, it comes over long periods of time where you keep getting up and you're looking in the mirror and you're like, I'm disgusted with myself.
You know, when
you guys, by the way, you guys that are making $3 million, $4 million a year, I'll make that this week. Okay, just want to like, I remember when I made $3 million a year and thought I was the shit. Okay, I'll make that this week in 7 days. Now, if that bothers you about me, understand that it's not about me. It's about you not making $3 million in a week when you could be. There's no way. You're taller than me. You're younger than me. Okay, you're more savvy than I am. Okay, you know more about the internet than I do, and I still make more money than you. How is that even possible? I'm cockier than you. I'm more arrogant. All the bullshit criticism. I'm douchier, bougier, whatever bullshit you say about me. All those are reasons why this guy does it. Why can't I do it? All the criticisms you have about me, like.
But to be fair, I attended your wife's relationship mastermind, which was amazing. By the way, me and my girlfriend loved it.
Yeah.
And I've talked to her quite a bit. I know that you're not really like.
I know, but those are the criticisms.
Right.
Those are the things.
She drove you to. Didn't you say you didn't want the jet? Like,
no, dude. What I said was when she brought up the jet, because what happened was I'd traveled 3 million miles, came home one night, we had a baby on the way, and I'm like, I can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
I'd done a flight. It was a big layover. I missed the connection. I'm fucking coming home. I'm pissed off. I can't even be a good husband. I'm worried about being a good father, and I'm like, I hate myself. I hate everything, because I'm tired. And she's like, why don't you buy a jet? And I'm like, well, where the fuck that come from, dude? I'm already exhausted. How am I going to go buy a jet? It was just limited thinking. But I can't talk to your audience about that because that's...
You're going to never let me live that.
No, I'm just saying, bro. Because I could not wrap my head around it. Now keep in mind, that was 5 jets ago and 2 helicopters.
So, but see,
and that was only 10 years ago.
That's the thing. People don't see that. They don't see the family. They don't see the fact that you wanted to see your kids more. They just see the jet and they think douche, asshole, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they don't listen to you, so they don't learn the thing that they could have learned that would have made them a lot more money and helped them with their family.
Well, yeah, and again, that's why I made that point. Like, if I'm such a terrible person and I'm doing this, and you're such a good person, why shouldn't you be doing it?
Yeah. So that's.
I mean, me and you both take $3 million. We could each take $3 million a day off the internet. That's a non-event on planet Earth.
Yeah, it's minuscule.
Yeah.
So in January, you're doing an event, which I'm very excited for.
You're going to be there, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
1,000.
And I understand it as you're going to give a strategy on day one, the entire strategy of how to thrive during the upcoming recession and what you learned.
How to set a target. Like let's say you're making the first day will be this, and we'll spend all day on this, believe it or not. It takes a day to get stuff out of the way.
Right.
It's like, let's say you're making $3 million. The first target would be $30 million this year in 2023, despite a recession. Maybe the worst recession we've had in the history of the United States.
Is that worse than 08?
Maybe.
Okay. And then on the remaining days, you're going to break it down.
What makes a recession terrible, though, is the length of time, because you don't know when they're going to end. So there's just doubt everywhere, okay? You got to hold everybody together. The troops break. I was on a boat, a 200-foot yacht in south of France, and I said, man, when you guys are coming through storms 30 and 40-foot waves, he's like, man, we don't worry about the ship. We worry about the crew. Crew breaks before the ship does. So that's what's going to happen in recession. Your crew's going to break up. Loyal people are going to blow off. People are going to quit jobs that should not quit jobs. You're not going to have to fire people. They're just going to quit. Like people go Looney Tunes, okay? Because there's bad news everywhere. So first thing is, hey, set a new target for 2023, and it's going to be a big target. It's going to be giant, something that terrifies you. Second day, we're going to handle marketing. How much marketing would you have to do to tell a story? Because you're going to be able to buy ads for a fraction. Like we're going to start pounding Twitter right now, because I know ad dollars are moving away from Elon right now. So I'll go in and say, Elon, I'll be your huckleberry. Okay. So we're looking for opportunities, right? But that follows that decision making. We want to 10x our business. I do $150 million a year. I'm going to figure out how to do $1.5 billion a year in sales. I have to 10x me. So I need a strategy, right? Marketing, sales. Then it's going to be like, how big a sales team do I need to start gathering these sales to monetize this activity? We're going to make I need other communities. I need other languages. For me to do $1 billion, I cannot do it on only English-speaking people.
You need, like you said, you need people that don't look like you.
Mandarin, Hispanic, kids, Snapchatters, TikTokers, collaboration. You get me an audience that I don't have. Like that's what has to happen.
Awesome, awesome. So 5 days
Yeah.
with you and team, not just you, but
Yeah.
your team and all the people that make this possible. And you're going to break down your strategy for not just how you thrived in the last 3 recessions, but how not just you, but how normal people, big business, small business, medium business, can thrive during this upcoming recession. And I'm going to throw some sweet stuff in there too, because my business tripled the second month after COVID hit, and I did some experimental stuff. So I'm gonna throw some stuff in there for you guys as well. There's a link below this video in the description where you can get all the information on that event. It's going to be a great event. It's
Price
live.
is $0.
Yeah, that's the great part.
We
The price
deliver
is
it to
free.
you.
It's absolutely free, and it's 5 days free, and it's live. So make sure you click below, and of course, don't forget to subscribe and all that. Grant, thank you,
brother,
so much.
appreciate you.
Thank
man.
you.
Appreciate
Really,
you.
I really do.
Hey,
Thank
stay
you.
savvy and unreasonable.